Recent reports allegedly claim that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao will be having a rematch very soon. In a recent interview with Jeff Mayweather, who is Manny Mayweather's uncle and trainer, was asked about the potential rematch, to which he responded that a lot of people are coming to him to make the fight happen.
Jeff Mayweather, outside the Mayweather Boxing Gym. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you taking the time with me. How you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man.
All right, so the big news over the weekend was Manny Pacquiao saying that him and Floyd will do a rematch. There's no specific date. We assume it would be an exhibition, but that hasn't even been confirmed. Initial thoughts on Manny versus Floyd 2?
Well, it's ironic that fight is going to happen, because basically I had millions of guys trying to, get the fight done through me.
Jeff Mayweather claimed that he doesn't disturb money making Mayweather's business, but Jeff also believed that the fight may happen in the Philippines. When someone asked Jeff about the potential bout occurring in the Philippines, Jeff shockingly claimed that if it's going to be there, then it's not going to be an exhibition match. It will be a real fight. Furthermore, the interviewer asked Jeff about the controversial win in the first Floyd versus Manny fight. If you watch the fight in slow motion, then you will see that Pacquiao wins by a long shot, but the decision was confirmed in Mayweather's favor. Jeff refused to accept that Mayweather lost to Manny in their original bout, as he believes that Floyd was the clear winner. In the last fight, it seemed as though Floyd Mayweather waited for Manny to get older just so he could win, which is one of Floyd's brilliant tactics to defeat more capable opponents. It is predicted that Floyd is doing the same thing again while he is waiting for Manny to be retired. Jeff, on the other hand, had some opposite views. Jeff believed that Floyd had been retired for 6 years, but Manny was still fighting professional fights, although Manny was involved in politics, which made it difficult for him to maintain the boxing sport. Jeff was asked if Floyd is looking for the right time to make the rematch happen, to which he responded, I don't think it's nothing worried about the right time. I mean, I think that both of them, it's a great fight for the fans, and I think that, and yeah, if it's a great fight for the fans. Jeff astoundingly believed that at the end of the day, whoever is going to make the fight happen, it all comes down to how much money the fight is going to make. Floyd and Pacquiao are still one of the greatest names in boxing, and they are still remembered to this day. Jeff believed that all their careers were worth it, because even in this generation of boxing, they are being remembered. Furthermore, Jeff was asked about the difference of routine in the camp that Floyd is going to adopt for Manny, since Floyd's previous fights were mostly exhibition fights, and Pacquiao is a lot different. Jeff believes that Floyd is going to take this next fight like a real fight, and he is going to train just as hard as he used to train back when he was young. Manny Mayweather, despite the controversies that surround him, never stopped training hard. He always goes to the gym regularly and takes the sport seriously. Jeff admitted that Floyd knows nothing more than to train hard, and that is exactly what he is going to do against Manny. Moreover, Jeff also believed that Manny's prayers were answered when the authorities confirmed the rematch, and he will be looking for retribution against the Money Master Mayweather. When Jeff was inquired about the fact that Floyd owed the rematch to Manny since the original fight was a controversial decision, he said, Floyd doesn't owe Manny anything. There was no gift decision there. The epic Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao rematch will be a spectacle that shouldn't be missed. Jeff believes that the rematch will bring even more people to watch it live than the fighters that fight in this existing generation. If Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao were to compete with any of the top fighters in this age, then they can definitely hold their ground against the best, but both of them are not worried about that. Manny showed that he was a capable fighter even at the end of his career, and Jeff believes that Floyd is better than Manny, so he could do the same. Money-flaunting Mayweather has turned to fighting YouTubers and exhibition matches, and he is still making good money even after his retirement. Mayweather is enjoying his life after his retirement, but defeating Manny Pacquiao again may prove to be a challenge for him. Jeff believes that Floyd hasn't lost his game yet, and he doesn't back down from any challenge, so he will be fully prepared to take down the legendary Pacquiao once again. Floyd Mayweather fought Pacquiao back in 2015 at the MGM Grand Arena, and Floyd won the match with a unanimous decision, so Jeff is not worried that money-showering Mayweather will have any trouble defeating Manny again, because he already defeated him once and he can do it again. Furthermore, Jeff was asked whether Floyd will give everything he's got in defeating Manny, even though the fight may turn out to be an exhibition match. It may hurt Floyd's legacy if he's getting beaten by Pacquiao, so Jeff responded, of course. I mean, Floyd is he's not stupid, he knows that. He knows how bad Manny wants to have a rematch. I mean, you talking about a guy that's been won the rematch for 6 years and now it's finally going to happen, so I mean, Floyd will be it's going to be prepared as he can be. Jeff believes that both fighters know what they will be up against, so the audience can expect a terrific rematch. Later on, Jeff was asked about his prediction, to which he confidently responded that it's going to be Mayweather.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Prediction?
man.
Prediction?
Mayweather.
Which one?
Floyd.
All right.
The one fighting.
I appreciate it.
Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao seems to be warming up for the Floyd Mayweather fight expected next year. Manny's next warm-up opponent is Mario Barrios, and he's coming for a title fight once again. Former boxer Chris Algieri was asked about his thoughts on Manny returning back to the ring at 45 years of age for a title shot. Algieri thought that Manny is cutting the line, and he's making a fool of the authorities.
Well, you shared a ring with him. The Thurman fight, right? I thought it was unbelievable that Thurman was a big underdog in that fight. Turned out Pacquiao still had it at 40. Big difference between 40 and 45. What do you think about this comeback attempt and the opponent?
Well, I mean, when we were getting ready to fight him, we thought he was old. I think he was 36. And then he comes back and he looks great against Thurman. So, yeah, the guy is basically doesn't age. But 45 is different, man. This is a whole nother thing. And whether he wants to fight or not has nothing for me to say. He's a grown man. He can make any decision he wants. The fact that he's able to cut the line and go right to a title fight, that's where I have a problem.
Chris Algieri thinks that it doesn't make sense for retired boxers to come back straight to title shots, as that makes the rankings useless. They come in and try to edge up one more point in their career when it was already finished a few years back. Chris explained that it is so ironic that a retired fighter at the age of 45 is coming back in the ring to claim a world title while coming off a loss, and he's been inactive for more than 3 years. It's not a good look for the governing bodies, and it's not a good look for the contenders at that weight class. However, it is a good look for Pacquiao. Algieri painfully believes that it's unfair to the fighters who are not retired and those that are dedicated to claiming the belt who were already in line for Mario's. In addition, former boxer Paulie Malignaggi was asked to give his thoughts on Manny coming back for a title fight. Paulie stated that it was hard for him to accept a retired guy at 45 years pushing to win a world title.
Also, a lot of people tend to forget when you're talking about comeback fights, Paulie, people forget why you left. Ordina's Ugas fight, he did look much slower. Timing wasn't as good. People tend to forget the last 2 or 3 fights when someone comes back. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and then possibly that Barrios just beat Ugas, right? I mean, it's also that you can make that comparison as well, where he's looking at he's probably watching the fight and say, okay, maybe I can take this guy on. I take it more on what the champ Chris is talking about. Maybe this is just a rumor. I can't, even if the governing bodies, as shameless as they can sometimes be, I can't see this guy just walking right back into a title fight after 3.5 years off.
Paulie was worried about the health hazard that comes into play when Manny will step into the ring. Malignaggi was of the view that Manny should at least be tested against a mid-range contender before going straight to the elite fighter of the division. Manny Pacquiao, just like money-loving Mayweather, has been involved in exhibition fights since his retirement, and that may be one of the contributing reasons as to why he is returning to claim a world title. People think he is already in good shape to go against a top contender. Paulie, on the other hand, claimed that 45 years old is still 45 years old, and you have the risk factor that goes up at his age, along with a 3.5-year-long layoff. Malignaggi was extremely skeptical of Manny, as he commented that people are starting to wonder if Pacquiao is broke because at 45 years of age, he is still running after money and chasing title fights. Paulie further elaborated his comments on Manny's extreme age. I don't want to hear that he's a competitor and whatnot. That's extreme, man. 45 years old is extreme when you have been off for 3.5 years. I think that can be even dangerous. You know, Manny Pacquiao was a very aggressive fighter, and he wasn't very shiny in terms of defense. So Malignaggi was highly concerned of the injuries he might face in the ring. No doubt Manny has beaten extremely tough opponents, and he would have taken Mario's head on in his prime. But things have drastically changed over the years. Paulie ironically remembered the time when Manny fought Marquez the second time Pacquiao's game was off, as he was taking many hits, but then all of a sudden they fed him some high-protein Popeyes spinach, and then he went into another dimension for years. Paulie allegedly claimed that even though Manny's team can pump him with whatever juices they can, they still cannot escape the fact that he's 45 and Mariros is an active fighter. Malignaggi commented that Manny's starting to look a little desperate at this point, and Paulie hopes that he is okay financially, but it raises a lot of questions as to why Pacquiao is returning to the ring. On the opposite end, we have flashy Mayweather, who shows off his skills at the gym with his new lady trainer as he prepares for the fight in Mexico.
That's positive, and that's why I chose her as my trainer. She's from the Midwest like myself, She's from the Detroit area. I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. But everybody knows the earth is my turf. Mexico, get ready. Let me give you guys a little show. So we go straight in the inside. Let's go straight in the inside.
Mayweather steps into the ring on August 23rd to fight John Gotti III in Mexico City in his latest post-retirement fight in a rematch of their June 13th, 2023 clash that prematurely ended in a brawl. Floyd Mayweather, while working out with his new trainer, believes that the boxing world is going crazy right now. He commented that a lot of fighters are looking at boxing the wrong way since there is so much money to be made. Extravagant Mayweather compared himself to the boxers of this age, as he said that I started to go after money when I was a lot older than these fighters. From the time Mayweather was 19 all the way to 29, he put in so much hard work, but he didn't receive the recognition he deserved. Mayweather gave a message to the young fighters that there is a lot of jealousy and hate going around, but he wants to see the fighters do good and have great fights. Mayweather is committed to his preparation for his exhibition fight in Mexico, and he claimed that he goes fast and switches to slow training sometimes. Floyd claimed that the one thing no one can say wrong about me is that I put in the work. In another interview, Floyd Mayweather explained that Manny Pacquiao is still clinging on to boxing, but what he doesn't realize is that boxing has already retired him. Floyd explains that after retirement, it doesn't make sense to go for title fights. Rather, it only makes sense to go for exhibitions, just like I have been doing all this long.
Where Manny had a great career, but boxing retired Manny. Manny didn't retire from boxing. There's a difference. So, of course, if I was Manny Pacquiao, would I be chasing Floyd Mayweather to do an exhibition to get a good payday? Absolutely. Absolutely, I will.
In an interview elsewhere, former boxing champion and the promoter from Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, gave his thoughts on whether Mayweather and Manny should have a rematch.
I guess Pacquiao wants to fight Mayweather. You've probably heard that.
Yeah, I did hear it, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I have the same answer as, look, I mean, you know, it's none of our business, but since it's boxing, and I obviously do have to say something about it, you know what? We all know they're older. I mean, I'm older.
I'm definitely older. I'm depends on.
Will it be fun?
I'm depends.
Yeah, that's a good commercial.
Yeah, I'm depends. They gotta wait no more.
But will it be a fun fight to watch? I think so.
Oscar claimed that both Mayweather and Manny are a lot older now, so it depends on whether the rematch will be a fun fight to watch or not. He commented that both the fighters will not be at the same level as they used to be, which will hurt boxing in so many ways. Meanwhile, in another interview, Manny Pacquiao was interviewed about the potential rematch and his training, even though he became a senator. Manny confidently responded that he keeps himself in shape because he loves the sport, and that is one of the reasons he came back from retirement.
Your new job, being a senator back in the Philippines, hard job, a lot of responsibility. Have you been able to find enough time to train?
Yes, I able manage myself to train after the work, go straight to the gym.
To training?
So, yeah.
Okay, so are you in as good a shape as you were before Floyd, do you think?
Yes, I'm in shape always because I love exercise every day, so that's my habit.
So let's get right to it. Is it fair to assume that you came out of retirement because you want a rematch with Floyd Mayweather?
I came out from retirement because you know, it's hard to leave when you love a sport. So
Manny believed that if the fans crave for a rematch with Floyd Mayweather, he would rightfully oblige. Manny Pacquiao remembered the time he fought Floyd Mayweather the first time. He said that he had torn the rotator cuff of his shoulder, and it used to bother him ever since 2009. 3 weeks before the Mayweather fight, he started having problems with his shoulder once again, and that played a significant role in Manny's loss to Money Mayweather. Doctors had told Manny to give his shoulder time to heal, or he can get operated as soon as the fight ends with Mayweather. Even if Manny was to have his shoulder operated, it would still not give the guarantee that his shoulder would be perfectly okay. Doctors warned Manny that the pain will come up every time he fights or trains hard. Manny shockingly admitted that during his fight with Mayweather, he felt like his arm wasn't even with him, so he felt handicapped during the fight. Obviously, the adrenaline in the fight kept him going, but it was a serious situation for him. When Manny looked at the footage from the fight with Floyd, he was of the view that he threw more punches than Mayweather, allowing him to claim more points because Floyd was running around in the ring. Pacquiao painfully accepted the decision of the judges as he knew how to take the loss like a respectable fighter. In Pacquiao's heart, he still wants to fight Mayweather, and his dreams may soon become a reality in the coming year. Manny described the win in his own words. "Well, it's for me. It's not good for him that he won like that, and the people that there's a big question in the minds of the fans. Big question. Because of that controversial decision. Although I'm not complaining that what's happening, but I respect like I said, I respect the decision of the judges, but in my belief in my heart, I thought I won the fight." Meanwhile, Rizen's promoter Nobuyuki Sakakibara told Sunsport in an interview about the potential matchup, "I wouldn't be surprised if anything happens these days, so the possibility is still there. We still have a good relationship with Floyd, but he's not thinking of coming back to real competitive fights." Sakakibara further added on Manny's next fight with Marios. "Depending on the result and his performance in his upcoming fight on July 28th, we need to assess the market to see if his return would make sense. This is a single bout agreement, so if we were to have him back, we need to make sure there is a demand in the market." Nobuyuki was extremely confident in asserting that the rematch will happen. It all comes down to when the timing is right. Pacquiao is clearly interested in the rematch, and the promoters will be moving towards Floyd for further discussions. Critics speculate that everything comes down to how much money the fighters are going to make, and wherever there is good money to be made, there will be money making Mayweather behind it. When do you think both fighters will clap thunder once again? Let us know your thoughts below.